y'all. Welcome back. Question number 37. Is new construction better than buying an older home? Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so I don't think new construction is bad. Let me just say that. I think it's a great option. It's an affordable option for especially first time home buyers. Or if you're an investor and you want to just buy something, you need to offload some money for a tax break. It's a great way to just buy and hold. You're going to rent it out for 5 to 7 years and then maybe sell it or 1031 exchange it, something like that. Right now, new construction is a really affordable and obviously comes with a lower insurance rate. So a lot of times new construction also gives you some really great incentives. So that's why I say it's probably great for a first timer. Or maybe it's even great for someone who's just downsizing. You've got a 3,000 square foot house and maybe now you're just tired of it. You're wanting just really low maintenance and you can move into a 1,500 square foot house and call it good. So most of the time new construction does typically come with an HOA. So if you're against an HOA, then that would maybe not be the best option for you. But they do offer lower interest rates right now, typically covering closing costs, offering a move-in package, which might include washer, dryer, blinds, refrigerator. So all of those things are really great if you're trying to be payment conscious, but yet you don't want to be, living in a home that's going to require a lot of maintenance out of you either. So if you've got a resale home that, maybe the roof is 7 years old, that's great. It's fine. Insurance companies are okay with it. But obviously in the next, 10 years, it's definitely going to be something that you're going to have to take a look at and potentially replace. So in my opinion, a new construction home just comes with a little less maintenance in the beginning. Obviously, the longer you live there, you will have other maintenance to do. Older homes, really, as long as the big ticket items are kind of taken care of for you, you have a newer roof, newer water heater, newer air conditioner, then, your insurance will still be a little bit more expensive just because you really can't beat those new construction insurance rates. So if you're, like I said, trying to pinch pennies, then maybe new construction is the way to go because you'll get a lower rate, you'll get lower insurance, and you'll also get your closing costs covered. I have had several clients actually buy new construction homes and get money back at closing. So not a bad way to start off your investment if that's the case. That doesn't typically apply to like someone who is actually purchasing a new construction home as an investment. They will give you some incentives, but they're not going to typically give you the lower interest rates just because it's really more for primary residents that they're giving these lower rates and such too. So if you have any questions, you want to explore some new construction areas, we do have a lot. We are growing very quickly in our area, so we do have a lot of new construction homes all throughout the area, but doesn't mean that you can't find a really solid, nice resale home. It just depends on where your budget is and where you want to be. If you're focused on a certain school district or a commute to work, those things obviously would be something to consider in your resale options or your new constructions options. However, I will caution you one tiny thing. If you do buy a new construction home, this year, 2026, it is going to be at least 5 to 7 years before you could really sell it and make a profit. And depending on if you're in a neighborhood that just got started and they're going to be continuing to build in that neighborhood for a long time, it may be even longer than that. I have had several clients this year that wanted to try to sell their home that they bought, 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a new construction home, but they just don't have enough equity built up yet in order to sell it and make any money. So they could either sometimes barely break even, or they'd actually be in the negative and would have to bring money to the closing table if they just had to move and had to get out. So that would be my one word of caution. I think new construction is a great option, but it is not like a turn and burn. You are not going to be able to buy it this year and sell it next year and make any money. There's just no room for that when the builders are typically still building similar homes for the similar price of what you'd be able to sell it for. So if you're a buyer and you're, a new buyer, you maybe want to just go with the new house because then no one's lived in it and you get all of those incentives that I've mentioned earlier in the video. So it kind of does put a little damper on resale newer construction homes because you just can't compete with those builder incentives, and it just makes it harder to sell. So if you do want to go the new construction route, just know that it may take you longer to get it sold. If you purchase it, now you cannot really turn it, like I said, and sell it in a year or two. You're going to have to more than likely hold it for a little bit. But if you are, let's say you're in the military and you're moving away, or even if you just have another job that you're going somewhere for, would be a great rental at that point. Newer homes do typically rent pretty well in our area, so you can certainly go that route. I actually know several property management companies that I could put you in touch with if that's something that you're interested in exploring. So just let me know. I'm happy to help.